Hey guys, John Hackelman here in the Hack Stand, and we're going to be talking about all kind of stuff. This blog, video, whatever you want to call it, video blog, vlog. It's going to be separate than my martial arts stuff, so the two don't intertwine. So this one is going to be just about random stuff, and then my martial arts and fitness one is specifically martial arts and fitness only. I've been doing this one longer actually, and it gets more hits on my YouTube channel. But I'm building up the martial arts one. So anyway, you can actually do both. You can be a fan of both, or you could just be a fan of this one, or just that one, or you could be a fan of neither. But that means you suck if you don't like either one. But anyway, okay. This is my topic today. Somewhat controversial. And I'm not going to go into numbers and stats because I could do that all day long, and then the liberals can do their stats, and it would just be stupid because you can skew stats any way you want, but you can't skew the truth. You can't skew what's wrong, right or wrong. You can't skew your moral compass, but you can skew stats. Stats are skewable. They're very skewable. You guys know this. That's why there's debates. So anyway, okay. This is what we're talking about. White privilege. White privilege. Have you ever heard the term white privilege? I've been hearing that term more and more lately, and I try to figure it. I try to think of what it means. And then I hear a lot of liberals telling me, "Oh, no, it's because inherently whites in the society, the societary advantages, and they've since the beginning of the time, and yada 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 yada." It makes no sense to me. So let's go over a couple of things that to me debunk any mention of white privilege that the white people have. Number one, I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist because I don't believe in white privilege. I don't think there's white privilege or black privilege. I think there's just privilege of being a fucking live. I mean, every day you wake up, you got privilege. And when I talk about people, or when I name not only statistics, but I give examples, everybody wants to blow out my examples. Oh, but that's not the norm. Okay, first of all, white privilege. Oh, you're not going to go to prison if you're white for the same crime that you're black. Really? Tell that to O.J. fucking Simpson. He murdered two whites. I mean, brutally murdered them, and he walked. He got not guilty. I don't know if you know this or not, but he's black. Okay? Let me tell you about white privilege. There's no white privilege. There's money privilege. The more money you have, the more privileged you are. It has nothing to do with race. I mean, there's so many instances where rich whites or rich blacks get off, where poor whites won't. Okay, another one, police brutality. If you get pulled over, your percentages, they always give stats and percentages. Percent more likely to get beat up or shot by a cop. Really? Okay. Now stew on this, guys. There's more whites every year. They get shot and brutalized, police brutality. There's more whites than blacks. So where's the white privilege? Oh, then they bring in ratios. So when it fits a liberal's agenda, they'll bring in ratios. But let me just tell you, if there was a white privilege, they wouldn't get beat up by the cops. We'd have the privilege. So there wouldn't be, exponentially, there's a ratio, 13% the population is black and yada yada is white. But then that doesn't make any difference. KKK was 100% white. Didn't matter about the population or the ratios. So if there was white privilege and we had this weird white privilege where we got away with shit, there wouldn't be more whites getting killed and more whites being brutalized by police every year, without exception, than blacks. It doesn't matter what the ratio would be. It would just be whites get pulled over for anything. If we had that privilege, the cop would go, "Oh, you're white. Okay, keep going." Or if you had a gun, they use the stupidest examples. Like Really? Michael Brown? They use Michael Brown as they shoot us poor innocent blacks. Michael Brown is a grown man, 300 pounds, that just beat the shit out of some poor little store owner, stole stuff out of his store. That's called strong arm robbery, by the way, guys. And then the cop that tried to arrest him, he attacked the cop. So the cop shot him. They use him as a poster boy for police brutality. Can you wrap your head around that? I hope not, because it makes absolutely no sense. So if a white did that, 300-pound white was attacking a cop, I guarantee you he'd get shot too. It's a terrible example. Now show a nice, respectable white person driving down the street. He gets pulled over. Yes, officer. Okay, gives his license, gives his whatever, and abides by his rules. He's going to drive away. And the exact same thing happens if a black person is respectable and he plays by the rules. Okay? So, Michael Brown is a terrible example. I'll give you another terrible example. The Milwaukee shooter. Do you realize that the whole city burned down practically because a black got shot by a police officer? First, they thought it was a white cop. Okay, so they started rioting and burning the building, the city down. Then, guess what? Not only did they find out it was a black cop that shot him, that's how stupid those people were, but they also found out that the guy that he shot was actually had the gun leveled at the cop. So the cop was completely defending himself, and he happened to be a black cop. But by then it was too late, because the people in Milwaukee, the MLN, the Black Lives Matter guys, they must be semi-retarded. They actually burned their city down because a black cop shot a black thug who was trying to shoot him. You got to wrap your head around this shit, and then you realize it doesn't really have much to do with white or black, or white privilege or black privilege. It has to do with stupidity. Okay, more whites get killed every year by cops. Okay, I'll give you another thing. If there was a white privilege, why do more whites die overseas fighting for our country? Why do more whites lose their legs and their arms and go into head traumas and end up in with a tracheostomy in a coma than blacks? Okay, I'll tell you the liberal answer. Well, because there's more whites than blacks. Exactly, but where's the privilege? If there was white privilege, the president, well, he happens to be black. Oh, we have a black president, but there's white privilege. Do you realize we have a black president and we got liberals complaining about white privilege? Stew on that for a second and realize how stupid that is. Okay, so now we have a black president sending whites at a complete disproportionate amount, dying and losing their limbs overseas. Okay, is there black privilege then? Because why aren't there as many blacks fighting overseas? Oh, because there's not that many blacks? As many blacks? But if there was white privilege, wait, there's a black president. There can't be white privilege. There's a black president. Another one they gave, another poster boy for Black Lives Matter and white privilege was Trayvon Martin. Okay, Trayvon Martin, he was a thug. Maybe he didn't belong, to get shot. He didn't deserve it. But he wasn't shot by a white person. He was shot by a Hispanic person. But for some reason, the liberals and Black Lives Matter and whoever else, because the white man is always the devil and they're the fuck ups. He was shot by a Hispanic man and he was a black. So two minorities, one shot another. How did whites even get into that equation? An Hispanic man, maybe it was rightfully so, maybe it wasn't, but he shot a black guy. Okay, there was no whites there, but whites got blamed for it, and it was all about racism, white privilege. Do you see some kind of trend here? I mean, no matter what happens, you could have Asians, you could have Hispanics, whites, and blacks. There happens to be majority whites not win an Academy Award. No Asians won, no Hispanics won, but because a black didn't win Best Picture that year, they fucking boycotted the Academy Awards. And they said it was white privilege. No Asians won. They didn't say anything about that. So that's my point, guys. I want to discuss it. I want you guys to comment on this. I want to hear your side. I'll give you one more just quick one here. Welfare and taxes, that's 2. But if there's white privilege, shouldn't we get all the welfare money? Because disproportionately, now not grossly, but disproportionately, more blacks get welfare than whites. Wouldn't it be like just all whites getting the money? And disproportionately, more whites pay more taxes than blacks. So you say, well, whites make more and there's more whites. Okay. But if there was white privilege, wouldn't the white privilege God or president... Wait, the president's black. Shit. You can't, there's the white privilege again. We have a black president and we're white privilege. That's how fucking stupid that is. But anyway, okay. So, wouldn't if there was white privilege, wouldn't they say, hey, we want the whites to get all the welfare money. You blacks put in more taxes because we have privilege over you. Why is it the other way around? It seems to be. So it makes absolutely no sense. And before I finish, let me just tell you one thing. They talk about college, whites get better grades. It's more directed towards whites for some reason. I don't know how fucking math is math. I don't know how everything's directed towards the white man. That's why whites do better in school. But I'll give you something that'll destroy all of the white privilege. Asians, first generation Asians who just came over here 1 generation ago can beat whites at math, science, and English across the board. They routinely make more money than whites. They have more education than whites. And they never go to prison. So wouldn't that be Asian privilege? Because they beat the whites. So bing. Anyway, guys, comment please. Like. I'm going to be doing these every frickin' week. And you guys are going to like it whether you like it or not. Talk to you later.